Hi everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Cricket. Today I'm just bringing you along to show you how I make my homemade chicken broth. There's a difference between chicken stock and chicken broth. Chicken stock is usually made with the bones in, and then that way, it cooks real slow and gets the marrow and stuff out, and it will gel some when it sits. Chicken broth is just using just the meat of the chicken and kind of slow simmering it with your vegetables and stuff. So tonight I'm making my homemade chicken pot pie, and I need some chicken broth. So since I got to use chicken anyway, why not go ahead and do this? And I'm going to tell you, there really is a difference. Like when I make my snow day, what the kids call snow day soup, my chicken and potato and stuff soup, I've made it before with just some canned broth and water. One day I made it this way with my homemade stock, and everybody had a fit over it. Just the flavor is a whole lot better. So, and you can use as much chicken and stuff as you like. I have 2 halves of a chicken breast, or 1 whole chicken breast, 2 halves. That's what I'm going to need for my dinner tonight. I've filled up my large pan with some water. It doesn't really matter how much. So I have 1 onion that I've kind of chopped roughly or quartered that I'm going to add in there. I have 4 cloves of garlic that I just mashed, peeled and mashed. And you don't have to worry about if there's a little onion peel or anything on there, because we are going to strain it. And then I have 4 stalks of celery that I needed to use up. I did wash all of my vegetables too, so you want to make sure that's washed. And then I have some carrots that I needed to use up. And now I am going to season it just a little bit. I will be re-seasoning it when I strain all of this and make my chicken pie and such. So, but I am going to add some dried parsley. If I had some fresh, I would add fresh parsley. About a tablespoon. And I am going to add some kosher salt. About a teaspoon. And the salt and the pepper is just to your own liking. And going to add about a half teaspoon of some black pepper. Now, you can add rosemary, thyme, whatever else that you like in this. I'm going to add just a little bit of dried thyme. Ricky doesn't like rosemary or thyme, so I can add just a little bit, and it really does kind of enhance the flavor, but you can't tell that it's in there. So really, I'm only going to add a little over 1/4 of a teaspoon. You can, like I say, tell that something's in there, but not quite. So I'm going to turn my heat on high, bring it to a boil. Once it starts to boil, I'm going to turn it down to low and let it simmer for about an hour and a half covered. But I will, if there's any foam or anything that forms, I will skim some of that off. But I'll bring you back when it gets to that point. And I did want to add that my chicken was frozen, so it's alright if it's frozen to do it this way. And even if it's not, if it's fully thawed, it's okay too. Okay, it's starting to come up to the boil. And like I say, if any foam comes up, I will skim that off. But I am going to turn it down, turn the heat down now to a low. And I'm going to cover it and just simmer it for maybe about an hour and a half. And then I will bring you back. Okay, my chicken broth is done, or it's ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it off the heat. Just let it set covered for a little bit until I get ready to use it. But I'll take out the chicken and then I'm going to strain it. But I'll bring you back when I do that. Alright, for me to strain out my chicken broth, I just took my chicken out. Got it sitting on a cutting board so I can cut it up. I just have me kind of a fine mesh strainer and a bowl. Now, if you want to put a piece of cheesecloth or something in there to help get all the little pieces out, that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. So just carefully, because this is still really hot. Now, my chicken was boneless and skinless, so there's really not a lot of fat on there. But if you wanted to skim that off or put it in the refrigerator to cool, and then just pick off the fat pieces on there, you can. I'm not worried about that. So I'm just going to let mine chill for a minute. And for my chicken pie, I will use this to make my gravy that goes in it. So really this is all that I need to show. Now, all the little pieces like this that gets through, if you don't want in there, some of that will settle to the bottom. So what you can do is just, when you go to pour this out or dip it out, it will settle at the bottom and you don't have to pour every last bit out if you want it real good and clear and not have all of that floating around in it. That's fine. If I wasn't going to use this today, I would just let it cool off a little bit, put it in some containers and keep it in my refrigerator for a couple of days until I was going to use it. Don't really know about freezing it. I'm sure you can, but you'd have to do your research on all of that. But there really is a big difference when you make it yourself with the taste and the flavor and everything. So I would show you my chicken pot pie recipe, but y'all probably wouldn't like it because it's really just my chicken and potato soup with a thick gravy and a homemade crust. Most people put the little green peas in there. Nobody in my house eat those but Ricky. You could put some sliced carrots in there. Nobody in my house eats those but Ricky. And chicken pie is about the only thing that Ricky don't like. So I just make it the way me and the kids like it and stuff. So, but if you would like to see that, I'll be happy to show you. So anyway, thanks for watching. Do you make your own homemade broth or stock? Please let me know if you like this video. Please give me a thumbs up and comment because I love hearing from you. And until my next video, I hope you enjoy. Bye, y'all.